And it is a first of its kind in the country. It is next level, and it's the part of officer wellness that is equally as hard as the first part of officer wellness that departments have to sort of struggle to get over and then achieve this. We encounter situations that most people run away from, and they're horrible situations day in, day out. And they start to grind on you in a way that, you know, is not productive. And you might come off of a call and go to another call and not have the time to decompress and get yourself together. And you may not act like yourself. You may be a little more short-tempered. You may be a little more loud. You may be in a position where you're not listening to what people are telling you. And that is not a great way to serve community. So the combination of the culture change and this environment, this center, is great for the officers, the greater community, the city, people visiting the city. It's such a win. It is a game changer.
As you're going.
So the roadmap, I think, is essentially what you did, right? You have to work on the culture first, because the culture is the piece where you want to get people so that they understand and they believe that there is no stigma and that they will not be punished for getting the help that they need. That's the first part. The second part, people are going to say, well, we can't afford a building like that. We can't afford all of these things. Well, neither could Louisville. You know, that's where you get outside funders. That's where you engage your community. That's where you engage your police foundation to start to help. And I think most people in most cities and most departments would be surprised how much people want to help police and law enforcement, particularly when they are included in the benefits, the greater good, the greater benefits to everyone involved. And I think that's the magic around this. It's doable. And maybe it's not a center the size of this, you know, because that's going to vary by jurisdiction. But there has to be a location where it's safe for officers to go, and actually where it's normal for officers to go. They're not going to a wellness center. They're coming in here to do a police report. They're coming in here to study for a test because they're in college. They're coming in here to talk to a nutritionist, physical therapy, play basketball, lift weights. They're coming in here for everyday activity that takes care of some part of their well-being. I think the best way is getting down to actually talking about human nature. Human nature is the way to communicate this, because wellness is across all professions and all humans, right? So I think that when you talk about conditions that they have experienced themselves, that's when they start to understand how that can translate and impact policing and police officers. They need to understand really that police officers are humans first. They're mothers, daughters, brothers, sisters, fathers. You know, they're people, and they're subject to they're subject to all of our conditions, and mental well-being is one of them. So I think that once they start to understand that piece and take the shield off, that's when they can start to understand the benefits of being well and being in extremely stressful situations and reacting in a way that is appropriate for that. If you're unwell, that's not always a given.